first, let me just explain to you how purpose works. Inside of us, we have a core purpose deep, deep inside of us. And chances are we don't actually know what this is. None of us actually know what this is. I certainly don't know what my core purpose is, this deep purpose. But surrounding this deep purpose are layers of like secondary purposes. Layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. All the way to where we are now. And this one here is our current layer. This is our current purpose layer. What we must do is try to focus entirely, utterly and completely on this purpose layer, to try and peel it back, to try and fulfill it, to try and complete it, so that we may move on to the next layer and then do the exact same thing. Peel it back through months, maybe years of dedication to this one thing, this mission that your mind and your body obsesses over. We align as much as we can of our lives to peel back this layer, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then eventually we should get to this like core purpose, this original source of energy, of bliss, of love. Who knows? I'm speculating about what it would be at this level. I'm not even close to that. But what I do know for certain is that we have these layers, and whatever one you are currently obsessed over is simply just a layer that we need to peel back to eventually get one step closer to the core thing that we're trying to reach. And this in itself already symbolizes masculine energy. If you think about it, we talk a lot about masculinity and masculine energy. And if I asked you, okay, what does masculine energy, or what masculinity even is, we'd say like, oh yeah, discipline and, being a man and lifting some weights and stuff. And those things symbolize masculine energy. But the true masculine energy is all simply just about progress. It's always just this goal striving energy inside of us. When you think about the way that a masculine man makes love, it's about progress to that end point. For women, it's different. Women don't obsess over some end point when they're making love. They obsess over the current second. But for man, the objective is that end point. The objective for all our life, no matter what we're doing, is to the end points. When we eat a meal, it'd be an awesome mindfulness meditation practice to enjoy every single bite, but we're almost looking forward to the completion of the meal so that we can then start to make progress onto the next thing. That is exactly how our purpose layers work. And so you can start to see purpose layers as chapters of your life. This chapter must be complete. This thing that you're obsessing over, let's say, for example, it's studying, because you have this test coming up 6 months from now, 12 months from now, and that test means a lot to you. The current layer of your life, the purpose layer, is to study and to perform well in those tests. Why? Because then the next one is to then get the job. Then the next one is to get a promotion in that job. Then the next one is to start your own clinic. We're always trying to make progress going forward. And so now that you understand purpose layers, you can start to try and understand which layer you're on right now and where that would most likely lead to. The thing that you're currently obsessed over, that mission that you need to complete right now, just like we have this need to complete a meal, or this need to complete like a sexual session to get to that point of climax. Whatever it is for you, that is your current purpose. So how do you find this? Let's say right now, it was easy for you to find, yep, of course, this is my purpose layer. Okay, sweet. But let's say that there's quite a lot of men out there who don't actually know what their current purpose layer is. Now, I'll happily admit to you, I don't know what the core, the middle of all of this is. But I know the layer, and maybe you do, but there are some guys out there who don't actually know, okay, how do I find which layer am I on? And this is why it's so important, these two words that I really, really think you need to keep in your mind. Distraction, stimulation. These two things need to be avoided if you actually want to find out your current purpose layer. So I must ask you, if you're a man watching this right now and you're thinking, wait, I don't know the layer of my purpose that I'm currently on, I feel a bit directionless. I am guaranteeing that it is because you distract yourself and you stimulate yourself too much. The shortcut to finding the current purpose layer is to get rid of distractions, get rid of stimulation, and to sit in some kind of boring environment, this unstimulating environment where then your brain can finally start to tick over and realize what's important in your life. And so there is a piece of advice that I've gave before accidentally without even realizing how valuable this piece of advice is. And that is to sit and to stare at your wall. To just stare at an empty wall, not a computer screen, not to have your phone or laptop ready even to journal or anything. Nothing. Maybe a piece of paper and a pen, but just to sit down, maybe for hours, maybe for days. And don't be silly. Oh, he said for days, now I'm going to die of starvation. Don't be silly. But for a good amount of time that feels totally uncomfortable, stare at the wall. Spend time not distracting yourself. Spend time not deep in the internet. These modern inventions that hook our attention, including YouTube videos just like this one, this can be an excellent source of inspiration, education, maybe entertainment, but in the end, the most important thing in your life should be your development as a man. And so maybe you are at the point in life where you need to get rid of all the fluff, maybe including my videos, and literally just spend some time, some hours, some days doing nothing. To shut away, to call in sick from school or work, and to literally just think. Just think. If you can make that promise to yourself to not quickly check on Instagram or to, let me check Discord quickly. To just allow your brain to just free form, just think. The message will be sent to you. Your brain and your body and your soul will align, and it will tell you, okay, this is what we're missing now. This is the thing that we need to strive for. And for most young men, it is to do with either finances, to make money, maybe to study and to get into that career or the university, or something to do with like your physical fitness, because that's like incredibly important as young men. So a lot of young guys have like the total obsession of like fitness or wanting to lose weight, or wanting to build muscle. You must find your purpose layer for us to continue with this video. Once you get this idea, and it will just be that, it will just be an idea, a vision, an inclination of what your purpose layer could be, that's when you should throw yourself into it fully. So let's say right now I'm a young man who feels a little bit directionless. I'm in school, I'm in college or something, but it doesn't really feel like the thing that I want to do. And I finish the classes, then I come home and I just play some video games and I just kind of waste time and go on Discord and stuff, and I just feel like a purposeless young man. Well, I'd follow the advice that I just said before, and I'd stop everything. I wouldn't go to class for like 2-3 days, maybe for the weekend would be smarter, and I'd literally just stare at my wall and journal and journal and journal and journal till my fingers ache about what I actually want from my life, of what actually has meaning, what's the point of living, of my existence. I would contemplate on my death, on my mother's death. I would think about these random deep things. Like I would literally visualize passing away. I'd visualize my parents passing away, just to kind of start to like spark some thoughts, some introspectiveness. And then it may hit me that what I should actually be really obsessing over and spending my time on is health, physical and mental health. To make sure I am quite healthy, but then also to learn the things that creates health in a person, to then also teach that to my parents, to make sure that they can live a long, healthy life. So then my mind starts to obsess over this singular vision, like almost like an image of just my mom looking kind of old, but also healthy at the same time. Now, this is a very specific example that I'm giving you here. Just, we're imagining some random guy who's having these thoughts. That is all it will be for you. Perhaps just an image in your mind, a vision, a feeling. It will never be a clear, direct plan. Okay, let's do this right now. It will never be like that. It will just be some kind of inspiration. For me personally, my most recent vision of my new purpose layer was just a very short mental movie of me doing jiu-jitsu with another guy. I'm lean. I'm wearing a shirt that's like skin tight. Like I'm very lean. I'm like 10% body fat, maybe even less. A shirt is skin tight on my arms, on my stomach and everything. I don't have a stomach at all. I've got like a full on 8-pack and everything. Never been this lean before. And I'm rolling around in this jiu-jitsu training session. We're rolling, and I look incredible. Not in this vanity, attractiveness, aesthetics way, but like the way that I move is so impressive. I look light. I look like an athlete. I'm flowing so perfectly, like I'm actually good at this sport that I've been training for a while. It was just this. That's all it was for me. It was just this mental movie this idea of being a fighter, and actually a pretty good one. That's how it starts. Once you have this original vision and this idea of what your purpose layer could be, the real way to really find out exactly what your purpose layer is, and a lot of guys struggle with this, but it's to take action immediately to somewhat of an extreme level, to throw yourself into it fully.